Looking to host a virtual event that will engage your audience, generate leads, and build brand loyalty? You've come to the right place. Virtual events have grown exponentially since 2020, and today you can adapt just about any kind of in-person event to the small screen. At Livestorm, we've seen it all, from virtual wine tastings to DJ master classes, and of course, the more traditional online events like webinars and web conferences. Regardless of the use case, virtual events require careful planning and the right tools to both get a good turnout and engage your audience. Hey guys, I'm Daniela, Content Manager at Livestorm, the world's first video engagement platform that allows you to easily connect, engage, and collaborate. And in this video, I'm going to be drawing from my own expertise as an event creator and walking through each step to take before, during, and after your virtual event so that it's a real success. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. The first step of organizing your virtual event is to start by identifying your business goals and determining what kind of event can help you get there. Some important things to think about are: what format do you want your event to be? Do you want to present your content live, have your event automated, or even present using a mix of both? Are you planning to be the only presenter, or will you have a guest or several guests? Whatever the format, what's important to remember here is you want to create your event with engagement in mind. So put yourself in the shoes of your future attendees and imagine what kind of event you'd like to tune into. Personally, when I host my own Livestorm events, I like to encourage as much interaction as possible and include multiple speakers and share more than a simple PowerPoint presentation with text. So the continuous interaction and feedback from my audience lets me know that they're engaged and I'm not boring them. In sum, the planning stage is crucial because it's essentially the foundation of your entire event. It'll help you decide on what event technology to use, what kind of content you want to share, and what KPIs to track to measure the success of your event. What you'll see in this video is that there are quite a few stages involved when running your virtual event, like promoting, sending email reminders, hosting your event, collecting audience insights, and following up with your registrants. That being said, if you want to avoid doing everything manually and using a bunch of random tools, finding the right event platform can be your one-stop shop for everything you need at every stage. For example, at Livestorm, our end-to-end platform is centralized already and comes equipped with it all. The option to host live, automated, or on-demand virtual events, a registration page or a registration form that you can embed on your website, email automation so you can send out invitations to your event and periodic reminders, interactive features like live polls, chat, Q&As, and even emoji reactions to encourage participation. And finally, powerful analytics to measure your events and gain actionable insights so you can optimize for next time. You can also personalize Livestorm using integrations and connect with the tools you use every day regardless of your team or industry. And if you're a marketer like me, you can easily connect Livestorm with your CRM. For example, connecting Livestorm with HubSpot allows you to push all of your event data to HubSpot's automation workflows and lists. This makes tracking your registrants a piece of cake. Whether it's through Livestorm or another virtual event platform, the goal here is to save you time and have all the features you need so that you can focus on more important things, like the content that you want to share. So now we're getting to the fun part of your virtual event, your content. At this point, you should have already chosen the format and the presenters. And like an in-person event, you'll want to create a script. And as I can't stress enough, create it with engagement in mind. So you might ask yourself, how do I engage my audience virtually? Well, a big part of it is choosing the right platform that comes equipped with those key features to really make it easy for your audience to participate throughout. So when creating your script, you can already include breaks in between where you can run a poll and ask your audience questions, about their opinion or experience in relation to the topic you're discussing. And this is a great way to actively include them in the discussion and gain their valuable feedback. It's also a good idea to include different kinds of media instead of only simple text on a PowerPoint presentation, because that can get boring fast. At Livestorm, our users can share different kinds of files, videos, or even a virtual whiteboard. What's really cool too is that you can share a call to action during your event. So for example, if my event is about our particular report, I'll send a call to action at the very end with a link to download it. When we use this feature at Livestorm, it accounts for almost 30% of the total downloads of our reports, which is pretty neat. It's powerful because it allows you to redirect your audience to your content at the right place and time. As you may already know, the promotion stage is crucial for giving your virtual event visibility, and this depends on two important factors: timing and the channels for your promotion. So depending on the size of your event, you might want to start promoting a couple months in advance. For example, if it's an event that lasts several days and is expected to attract a very large audience. Otherwise, I recommend promoting at least several weeks in advance. So don't forget that you'll need a registration page already set up, and it should include a description of your event that entices your audience, catchy visuals, and a clear way for people to register. This will help optimize conversions. At Livestorm, the registration pages already come set up so that you can easily add your own text, visuals, logo, and branding. And once you have somewhere for people to sign up, you can start promoting on several different channels. I like to start by running a dedicated email campaign, as it typically has the best payoff, assuming that you already have a good database of contacts. In addition to sending email invitations, you can also find different ways to weave in an event invitation, for example, in your company newsletter or even your company email signature. Once people start signing up, you'll want to continue to email them with periodic reminders so they don't forget. I typically do this through the Livestorm platform directly. And you have the option of sequencing and automating your emails. For example, if you want to send it weekly until your event starts, the day before, and just an hour before. You can use your own preset sequence or ours, which is based on the data we've collected on the best attendance rates. Another great channel for promotion is social media. You can really get creative with what kind of post you want to share, whether it's through video or different visuals. You can share it as an organic post or even as a paid social media ad. I also recommend posting in relevant social media groups and even replicating your event if possible, because it can help maximize visibility. So for example, LinkedIn allows you to create events where you can include a link to your registration page. And anyone who registers can then easily invite their own network as well in just a couple clicks. There's also filters so that you can make sure to target the right people so you're not spamming everyone in your network. When it comes to promoting on your website, putting a little banner at the top of your homepage is a smart way for your event to be seen by your website visitors. You can also link to your event in any of your relevant content material. For example, if you have a blog post about the same topic, this would be the perfect place to cross-post. And finally, one of the most powerful ways to maximize visibility is through co-marketing, or finding a relevant company to team up with for hosting your event. They can provide another angle to your topic or simply reinforce your messaging. And when it comes to the promotion, you essentially benefit from each other's networks and you get double the exposure, so it's a win-win. For my own co-marketing events, I like to prepare extra visuals and provide guest speakers with a short promo text for them to share. I also make sure to tag them in any of my social media posts because it's likely that they'll interact with it and reshare. And don't hesitate to get your colleagues on board as well with the promotion. Communicating about your event internally and providing promo material will encourage them to pitch in. When preparing for your virtual event, it's always a good idea to plan a rehearsal at least a few days in advance. You want to make sure that everything goes smoothly, the speakers know when it's their turn to talk, and they know how to use the platform. and you want to double check everyone's internet, sound, and video quality. You'll also want to make sure that you have a moderator that will be available to help manage your virtual event while you and the other speakers present. And it's best to include them in the rehearsal so they know their responsibilities. When I moderate a Livestorm event, I'm usually in charge of interacting with the audience through chat, launching the live polls, and anything else that can help keep the speakers focused on the presentation. On the day of your virtual event, don't forget to tidy up your background and do a technical check so you're well prepared. I like to connect and enter the Livestorm event room at least 15 minutes before starting the event and have other guest speakers and moderators do the same. This gives you a chance to discuss any last-minute things and helps ensure that you guys start on time. Recording your live event is always a good idea, especially if you want to follow up with your registrants that couldn't make it. After all, there will probably be over half that don't show up, and this is to be expected. So when your event starts, you can start by introducing yourself and your guest speakers. You can also get some early interaction in by asking the audience to say hi and where they're tuning in from in the chat. Use this time to also instruct your audience on how they can participate in the event room, for example, where they can respond to your poll questions. And at the end of your event, your audience might have some questions about your content, and you don't want to leave them hanging. I like to wrap up the event with a 10 to 15 minute Q&A session. You might think that once your virtual event is over, everything is done. You're wrong. There's plenty of opportunity here to keep the momentum going and gain valuable insights. You can start by sending a replay of your event to all of your registrants. Yes, even those who attended. And you might even want to include a short survey for the attendees to collect their feedback. This can complement your event's analytics. At Livestorm, the metrics built into our dashboard include your event's registration rate, attendance rate, how long the audience members tuned in for, and so much more. These metrics will provide you with clues on how you can optimize your event for next time. For example, if you notice a lot of people leaving at a certain point, this could either mean that you need to optimize your event content or maybe shorten the length of your presentation. And after your email follow-up and performance review, you can get back to being creative and come up with ways to repurpose your event content. This is a big topic in itself, so I'm going to save that for next time. So at this point, you should have a good idea of the different steps to take before, during, and after your virtual event, as well as some important tips to keep in mind. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like any additional information about anything discussed, please don't hesitate to drop it in the comment section below and I'll get back to you ASAP. And until then, keep creating, keep engaging, and keep those connections alive. I'll catch you soon. Take care.